Hello everyone. So basically I hate dogs made a response to my video calling out his BS. So is he actually going to make arguments, or is it just going to be dumbass ramblings?
This little fake voice said, for any dumbass who says training doesn't work, then how come the majority of dogs don't harm people? And at the same time, they flash this statistic, two statistics on the screen. Basically saying that, hey, we have 65.1 million dogs, but only 4.5 million of them bite people. Now, it's sad that I have to make a video like this because it comes off as sarcasm, no matter how respectful I try to put it. But this is for the dog lovers who are, slow. You decide for yourself what percentage of dog lovers that is.
Bah haha, since when were you ever respectful? You always come across as an asshole who thinks he knows better than people who actually do research. Also, you're the one to talk about being slow when you sound like you constantly sniff that white stuff.
This is only 1 year, dog lovers. Most humans live longer than 1 year. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Most humans and most dogs live longer than 1 year. This would be a relevant point if all dogs only lived for 1 year. Do you understand that? Does that make sense? I feel sorry for the young people, the younger generation. They're not as bright as our generation. That's not cool.
Of course, this dumbass is a boomer who thinks his generation is smarter than the new one. Also, no dummy, it's not suddenly irrelevant because dogs and people live longer. It's relevant because a majority of dogs in each year don't harm people. So yeah. But you are probably going to try to ignore that because of your ignorance.
And I'm doing my best to fight against that. That's why I'm always talking to the young people. Don't let your brain deteriorate. Back in the day, nobody would have made such a brainless argument like this.
Oh god, the fucking irony. People have been making brainless arguments for centuries, boomer, and I think you should look in the mirror, because you're one of those people. Oh, by the way, your content is brain deteriorating. That's the biggest irony of them all.
And if you still don't understand, contrast this, what I just said, to this statistic. According to multiple sources, statistics show around 50% of children alone by the age of 12. So basically, youngsters 12 and under, 50% of them have been bitten by a dog.
Of course, he uses kids as an excuse for his dog bad ideology, which I won't deny is an awful thing, but that doesn't change the fact that a majority of dogs each year don't harm people. So do you have any more arguments?
But let's just say 4.5 million. Guess what? Those other dogs that didn't bite that year, they might bite next year. How do we know?
You can't, because no one can predict that a dog, or anything for that matter, will attack next year. Also, for that they might bite next year argument, they also might not at all. And judging by the fact a majority don't bite each year, I think it's safe to assume a lot of them won't harm people.
They will bite eventually, most likely. You see, this projects the idea that only a small percentage of dogs out of the total bite people. No. I bet you still don't understand, do you?
Oh great, now he's flexing his ego by chuckling and saying you still probably don't understand. No, dumbass, if this video is anything to go by, it shows that you don't understand shit and mostly use fallacies. They will bite eventually. Oh please Ninja, you don't know that for sure. Heck, you even somewhat admitted it by saying how do we know? Well, that turned out to be 90% dumbass ramblings. Not really surprising, honestly.